I hope you've been looking good, feeling good, smelling good, eating good, drinking good, thinking good thoughts, having a good time, sharing good energy with good people in good places, doing good things. Because if you haven't, oh my goodness, oh, you're going to turn around. I'm just telling you. That's the energy out there right now, which is kind of maybe even why I've been like a little slow, not slow, but like because I'm not on anybody's schedule, but like I haven't been putting out readings as quickly or as frequently as I do because the energy is very negative and nasty because of what's happening to people. Oh entity, oh entity. Anyway, um okay, what is this? Oh wow. Okay. So there's looks like there's a this King of Pentacles. Ooh, there's a lot of wisdom. Yeah, I felt that heavy too. It's kind of like there was an energy that I felt was like, what good is it to have riches but not have wisdom? What good is it to have, good looks if not have wisdom? Like if what are good are all the things that you can a person can possess, outwardly, if they don't have what they need inwardly. And not just wisdom too. It's kind of like loyalty, respect, honor. It's that tradition energy. I feel like that's what's only been on this King of Pentacles mind right now, because there's a level of stability that yeah, he knows he wants to receive justice in his life for obtaining. Like there's some things that he's done and he's got right. Ooh, look, there's some same things that he knows and that he's done right. Yeah, that he's been kind of thinking about too, and maybe that's led to some self-realization. Oh yeah, because maybe this energy sat here for some time, but now maybe they're even, because this is a tomb, and I was looking at this book the other day. Oh look, the Queen of Pentacles. Wow. Oh, so that's what he's thinking about. Hold on. I want to share this book because it's so beautiful, and I feel like all these like old books are really great to be able to look at. Ooh. I don't know. I don't know if I share how much I like going to libraries or just museums and things like that, seeing things that you don't often get to see. But this is one of those, so I just wanted to share it with the collective. I think this is the energy for sure, right? I haven't dove into the shamanic Egyptian astrology book, but I feel like I might do that again soon, because there's some in-depth changes coming, especially with spring. Maybe people are even doing a lot of spring cleaning. I typically do mine before spring, just so I'm chilling mostly. But yeah, there's a lot of like beautiful stuff in here that I was going through. And so I think I might, this is one of the ones that I noticed the most when I went through. A domestic altar with family incense. Oh, with a family scene on it. But there's a lot of these altars, if you saw them, they're flat, and they used to use them to put incense on to like bring a good aroma, frankincense and myrrh. They, burn resins on them and stuff like that. I don't know why that's getting into it. Maybe if you haven't, maybe there's something somebody should try. I know I went through a lot of different stages when I started using different incenses to kind of change the energy around me and kind of control that. Yeah, that may be helpful to somebody who's kind of looking for some relief, like a fragmentary energy or relief. Okay, but I just wanted to share that because some of these things are so intricate, and I'm like, they didn't have any of the tools that we had. Nothing. And these things are so intricate, so delicate, but then they last for so long. But yeah, just wanted to share that a little bit. But I'll probably look into the shamanic Egyptian astrology book in the next few days or so, or the next reading. I don't want to put any date on it, but we see here. Oh, wow. Look, this is giving wisdom tooth energy. There's a lot of truth in what I'm saying about the wisdom right now. The knowledge that's being received. Oh, that was also a download too, about like the reasons you've been imparted so much knowledge is because you were willing to learn the lessons each and every time. Like that's why so many different I feel like there's multiple ancestors from different soul tribes, and you know, it's kind of like that's what we were supposed to be doing though. Each and every time we were supposed to be learning more and connecting deeper to those previous lifetimes and all these different things. And by continuing to explore that depth and that understanding of life and stuff like that. So maybe that's where things have been. A lot of people don't get that. A lot of people don't have that depth. And that's fine. You know, everybody's not meant to evolve either, because we have to have, it's just kind of like, okay, if everybody had the same mindset, understanding, belief, etc., some people wouldn't be able to move through this lifetime sitting in a place of servitude to some of us. Does that make sense? Some people may see their dream job being an assistant to someone very high and well off, right? Whereas the person who's high and well off sees it differently, right? But that's because everybody has their own way of looking at things, you know, their own idea of wish fulfillment, you know, and it just depends on, like, you know, who you can actually work with on yours and who you can't. So there may be quality people at different levels, you know, and I don't want people to discount that. I think that's maybe something, yeah, I got people caught up. Look, I got people caught up for real. It's that entity information or energy. Information. Wow. Okay. And I want to be clear too. This lover's energy, again, like I said, it's to this wisdom. It's to the things that you're understanding as these cycles move forward. Yeah, look, as you surrendered to, you know, what the star means, like hope, calm, good omens. Like the more you surrender to the fact that, like, okay, the tests are here so that I can see clearer where I want to go. That's the energy that I'm getting. Like it's magnifying. Yeah. So that you, whomever this is, doesn't hold back. Yeah. Because this, I feel like people are trying to maybe kick somebody's energy into a different space too, which I think happens, you know, if we weren't ready for whatever is what I keep hearing, like whatever, we wouldn't be ready for what we're receiving either, right? What we're going towards, what we're working towards, right? That's what I get with this Seven of Swords energy here. Ooh, wow. Look at that. Seven of Swords to the Six of Swords. Yeah, maybe, look, that's the runaway energy. Like, yeah, I defended myself against, or I defended my mind against thinking that I need to run away from whatever. I don't know. Again, the nothing but cake lady, because that was that reading that I did. Oh, that's when I realized a lot of stuff too about how many people were holding back things. That's when I realized somebody basically verbatim said something to me, just like I did in my reading, right? And it was something that only pertained to the reading that you would reference nothing but cakes like that. And so that's how I knew the person was listening to my reading, but not willing to say that they were, you know, involved. But it's fine, because there was this, okay, maybe that card will come out next. Yeah, because in this full energy, looks, this person has somebody's head. This person has, you know, I feel like there's a lot of heads, you know, and one by one, you know, people are realizing that you realize. And so that's really what's happening at this point. It's not that necessarily the collective needs to realize something about someone, unless, of course, they're still dibbling and dabbling with people from their past, because it's about what's present, who's in your day-to-day now. And you know, maybe for some people, you're just sifting through whether or not you can trust them. Ooh, doing this really helps you look at your, this came out in the pre-shuffle too. Really helped you, you know, like this butterfly energy is so awesome. It really anchored in this Ten of Pentacles, because there's an anchor here. There's this transformation with the butterfly. There's the caterpillar energy. It's like this really did anchor in all the things that you were looking to do. Everything that you were looking to defeat from your past has been done. There's this crown here that's standing out to me. Again, that knowledge, that understanding, that depth. Depth of, you know, depth. It's just deep. Oop. Here we go with that connection. Because it's, I already explained it in my love readings. It's that snapping, that it's just new. Everything new always feels like extra ooey and gooey, even if it's just a new job, a new this, a new that, right? No matter what it is, it feels, you know, extra good. Maybe that's where your mind is focused at right now too. It's like, you know, you stand firmly in this, you know, your Ten of Pentacles is defended. So you know that you're receiving this, that you've already you know that this is anchored in because you did the work, right? So there's no other way that it could be going. You know what I mean? Like, come on. And I think that's maybe where your mindset is focused on right now. Like everything always works out for my highest and best good. Because it's like, okay, if I wasn't here, then I wouldn't be here and I wouldn't know what to say there. And if I didn't have to look back over there and see what I did over there, then I wouldn't have the information for here. And this, and it's really like that. Like it feels like I keep wanting to say arsenal, and it's not even like you've been at battle all this time, but now it's kind of like, oh, okay, here's all the stuff that I used. Here's all the tools that I already have. There's nothing you aren't already prepared for. Especially if anybody feels, because it feels like people think that maybe the snake energy or something is going to like trigger you. That's literally the energy I get. It's like someone wants to trigger you to make you feel like you're confused and you're lost in the sauce and you're in the Seven of Cups. But this Seven of Cups is really different. It's like if you focus on the snake, then that's what will cover you up. But in this instance, it's like, yeah, even if you are focused on making sure that you're going in the right direction, and if the snake pops up, you're still in front of it. There's like all these other forces. There's even an energy that feels like this, like it's almost like your seat entraps this snake. The fact that you sit on this throne, the fact that you are being crowned here is what essentially, yeah, that's gonna give everybody the blues. Anybody and everybody is what I'm seeing here. Because it's coming from, the way I'm seeing it is like from an Ace of Swords through to a Six of Swords, right? If we're just taking those two energies. Now, 6 means growth, right? And the eighth is about potential. So it's like someone's actually met up their potential with their growth. Wow. Imagine that, collective. Imagine meeting your potential growth. Do you understand the value of that? That means you got here with your highest self. You are, which I feel like you already knew that. That's why everybody else is just seeing this. They are, so far behind you, and you come out like you are. It's just because you have so much more wisdom, so much more understanding about so many things. It's just hard for people to get there, and they have to trek through this and see for themselves. Is sometimes too. Some people are just going to be in this energy of, I'm gonna come for the collective, and the next thing you know, they toe up from the flow, to the, oh gosh, so many ways. Oh, to get you. Oh, I think it's every way. It's almost like instantaneously when you call judgment on a circumstance or situation, that person is met the next morning by phone calls of situations and circumstances. Because you're not unbalanced. You're not in this like unbalanced energy. You're properly giving to everything as you should, even if it may seem like you're slow sometimes and then quick and fast, like, waves at another time. But that is the correct energy for whatever it is you're approaching. And some people think the wrong thing. I get like some people get this totally mixed up, and that's to their own demise. Wow, because I keep getting this energy of like people want to put things at your feet. Like you already have a lot there. You already have this cycle of change. This is giving very Wheel of Fortune energy here. You already have like power and dominion and protection and all these things sitting here in your hand, at your feet. A lot of growth happening already in lots of different ways. And then you have this mindset that just will not fail you. Because you think about your stuff. You think about yourself. You think about the other people involved outside of you. It's not a one-track mind like, oh, me, 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 me. That's why people never meet their highest self, because their highest self doesn't live in an ego. I don't mean to be laughing at these egotistical people that are just barely realizing that, but I do mean to laugh at them. I do. That's what people are saying now. I do accept. I do receive, everything. That's where, that's why this is ushering itself in like this. Ooh, this is interesting. 4 of Cups to the 4 of Pentacles, huh? I feel like some people feel like, I don't know, their issue is the fact that you aren't a possessive, controlling person, because you know that will block your change, right? So you don't sit in this 4 of Pentacles unless, of course, you're thinking about the trigger. And that's what they keep getting wrong. It's like, oh yeah, I'm going to hold back, but only when I'm using my wisdom, only when I'm in a moment of someone else's energy is pushing me to make a decision about something that I'm not even sure what I want to do, which is it, AKA anxiety, AKA, you know, whatever else, however it feels when it hits you. To me, it's just kind of like, why do I feel rushed? Like, why does my spirit feel rushed? You know, and I backtrack that, like, okay, who's out here? That's that owl energy. I can't even say it without expressing the real energy that it comes from. It's a wisdom thing. Who? Spirit says we're not gonna let you do it to show off. See, and that's why I feel like people are always in the wrong with you. Like you don't do things to show off, you know. And maybe that's what people feel like, or that's the next thing they're gonna say. Well, if this person gets all of this, they're just gonna show off. Okay, but you think they've been showing off all this time, which they have, in my opinion. They were made to. It's kind of something like, you know, this. So, you know, and that's the energy that I'm thinking that people keep misreading or wanting other people to misread, because again, people are happy at certain levels. Some people are happy getting room and board, living in a nice, clean space while they go ahead and do XYZ. Whether it be clean somebody's house and cook their food, or tend to their cattle, or pick their children up and drop them off at school and do chores with, you know, and whatever, however it looks. Because that's what's built in. It's built into the whole cycle. And that's why we should appreciate everybody. But that's also why we should be treating everybody well, including ourselves first. But that's the problem with most of these individuals that can't, you know, get right. Those can't get rights. You know, those can't get right people. What's this? Ooh. Yeah, they don't understand. They don't understand a lot of things is what I see here, but they don't understand like the deeper, look, they don't understand. It's that deeper meaning of how, like, if you think about this, there should be cups spilling, right? In this instance, right? But they're not going to when you're operating out of the right body, right? Which I think is this, what is that? A spider or a scorpion or something? Yeah, because it's in the moments when you're facing the down things, right, that you get the keys to understand how to maintain your cups, right? And so if you've been through a lot, you're receiving a lot. Like, it's just, again, this crowning energy keeps showing up. So you've definitely been crowned, which was something I talked about a few years ago, or a year or so ago in a different reading. So, and if you don't understand how, when, where, why, or if it doesn't feel like that to you, then you've got still some more work to do, right? There's still more cycles, because you should be feeling like moving forward every single time you accomplish something. That's the thing too. People negate like what they've done. And it's like, nah, every day. And that's why they say to focus on, you know, what you're doing every day, every minute, every second, how you're spending those moments, what you're thinking about, where you're focusing your energy, etc., etc. Don't get yourself into type of mental prisons, because that's what pulls you out of the vibration to be here. Having that wisdom, having that balance, being able to know, you know, what will pull away your abundance, because I see the King of Pentacles as abundance too. And a lot of times it just takes the right connections, right, to bring them together. Look, it just takes the right connections. And that's what happens when you actually, I don't want to say, like, I don't want to sound cliche either. Grow, heal, and evolve, though. That's really what it is. Ooh, this came up in the pre-shuffle, too. That's interesting. Oh, yeah. It's still giving the same energy. It's like, even though there may have been things, like, put to try to, you know, think about it. There's a lot of, you know, heads that had to roll, right? That had to be people, a lot of people that have to be made an example of, a lot of people that have to hear you speak about things and like know where you stand and understand and respect your boundaries. It's almost like, all of these things had to be chained together and for people to see them and them to be burdened by the truth of the circumstances that they've gotten themselves into in order for you to really be seen the way you should. Because since, I don't know, it's something maybe even about like, if you know that you've had death magic put on you, then maybe that's what it is too. Like someone that could actually withstand this is worthy of what, you know, Listen, look, is worthy of this. Oh yeah, look at this, trampling on these ghosts. This is that's what I feel like. Like anything that comes towards you, it feels like a ghost energy. um but it's just, even if it's a new people, it's like you quickly energetically pick up on another person's uh capability. Okay, so that was a download the other day. So as soon as new people are introduced to you, you have the capability to understand how they are capable of being haunted by this old energy that used to like try to plague you. And so because you recognize that, then you are able to dig into this arsenal that I'm talking about and really pull out this victory. Because it doesn't look like anything short of that, right? It's like it's even a lot of animal heads here. So I'm not saying that the collective does any type of work, you know, with animals or anything like that, but I'm just saying. Yeah, that's giving a lot of people, like tower energy is coming towards a lot of people. People who started hitting their towers, like, you know how you see how in the tower card, not that it's shown up yet, but just in case it comes out soon, in the tower card, how it's in action, right? So you see people coming out the windows and things flying out. So that's where these people have been right now. Soon as once this truth was revealed here in this moment, that's where, you know, you just came out of possibly, and you've been feeling this energy of being crowned and like having completed this 10 of Pentacles. It's no longer a 9 of Pentacles is what I'm getting. Yep. Yep. That was so funny. Okay, what else? Please. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel like there's a lot that's yours, though. A lot that you see, a lot that you understand. Yeah. About all the different ways. Like you do come off as somebody who has it together. I just want you to know that. Like, yeah, you have it. People feel like you have it all together. And I don't believe that you feel like that about yourself, because you feel like, well, everybody can do whatever they want, right? Because I'm getting like, well, it only comes from self-work. Like, this is what it looks like. It's because you don't work with other people too. It's that thing, like people say you want to go fast, go by yourself. So maybe at some point, what got you crowned and what you understand by being crowned in this instance, because this 2 of Pentacles is very much giving balanced. Like, it's giving so much fun and flexibility, as well as giving like this duality of, you know, just adaptability, with respect to material things, and, you know, how to, I don't know, there's just this great abundance energy. But yeah, so like if you want to go fast, go alone. And I feel like spiritually, you removed all attachments. You removed other people having to understand the battle, understand the work, understand the anything. And you just kept going. And that's where it got you. The not working, because it's that whole thing. Like, you want to go fast, go by yourself, right? Yeah, because nobody else can deal with your demons but you. You know, that's the reality of things. I mean, so it looks, you know, you can gain your strength from the relationships and stuff like that you have around you, but ultimately to like really like, that's probably why people keep saying, oh, do this 30 days or 6 months or whatever. Like, there's always a challenge of consistency, right? And you've just been consistent in a way that maybe people don't understand, don't acknowledge, or haven't accomplished, or haven't seen other people similar to you accomplish before. Yeah. And maybe that's because they haven't look, here's everything I've been talking about in one dang on card. And I was just about to say, because you rolled the dice with, you know, deciding, okay, well, I'm going to adapt to the change. Look, this is that cycle and that change. It's like, that's how you keep balancing it out, because you're like, okay, it doesn't matter what the situation is that approaches. I know the keys to complete. Like, that's just really it. Like, I know where to go sit and think, and what to sit and think about. This Four of Wands is giving everything I just said. I focused on the wisdom teeth. I focused on, I don't know if there I haven't said anything about taking a gamble, but I feel like that was the gamble. Is deciding to say, okay, I'm going to sit and be wise about my decisions. I'm going to sit and like, I don't know, for a lot of people, I hate to say it, but with this energy, there's a lot of stuff, look, that could be coming towards people. Not just financial stuff, but like a lot of different stuff that these people have put themselves into. Put those back. But you're sitting on cloud 9 with all this wisdom, knowing when to even gamble, knowing when to do what. It's like these bound by these dang wisdom teeth. You can't, man, I pointed out the teeth on the other card and the owl. I ain't got no time to play no games. I know where my strength lies. I know what I'm doing. I know I'm not in the wrong. For anybody second guessing me, don't come over here with that. You done lied to yourself, your mama, your daddy, your everybody. If you thought that about me, you a lie to your own face. And I'm sure that's how the collective feel. You chose to drink the poison. You chose to fall into the trap of looking. That's the whole thing too. Like, why are you even focused on anybody else? That's the real thing that gets people caught up. Because you don't see what's in the darkness headed for you when you're not on your own mission. When you're doing this groupthink thing, it's so that the devil can trap you guys in big numbers, you know, or whomever you were working with, whatever it is. Because all of these entities, all of these things, blah, 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 even the ones that you created yourself, they're created off of mindset and existence of previous times, right? So even if the demons get bigger, darker, stronger, etc., 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 so does the knowledge base of the individuals that take the time to depart from that thinking. It's almost like because it had no choice. But it breeds so much. It's like that's what people don't understand. That's where they got it all wrong. You have this like in-depth knowledge too about the things that could hurt you and what's the truth and what's not the truth. Like you see that so vividly. You can walk into a room and see the truth about everybody in it. If you wanted to. That's also this double head down here. It's like because you keep watch. You don't care necessarily to see, but you keep watch to see what's approaching you. Why shouldn't you? That's how being in this hangman energy has helped you to surpass other people. Yeah, you take that, again, it's all about that surrender, that pause, that moment you take to pause so that you can have this transition or, you know. I'm getting a heavy energy of like people always, you know, going off of how they looked, who else that they could bring into things, you know. This does not feel like a butterfly metamorphosis type energy. Ha! That's all these people in this tower. I was like, how I'm going to explain to them what I was just talking about? Because, you know, I be switching subjects. But that's all them people in this tower that I just described. That's all of those people in this tower. Like I said, they're dealing with their own snakes. They are finding out that they took the wrong gambles in a lot of things. And it's messing up the things that they were building or trying to heal or fix. All of these things they thought that they were, you know, trying to repair, trying to put together. The top is kind of off on all of that. They're realizing like, oh my gosh, I've been headed in the wrong direction. But it's too late. Look, they let a snake get in their ear. And it wrapped itself around them and then started bringing other snakes towards them to get them even more enthralled and trapped. Wow. When I believe like the collective energy was like, nope, I'm going to do this. Look, there it is. I'm going to do this one snake and I'm going to figure this out. And that's why it's not the 7 of Cups. It's the lucky cup, right? It's like, nope, because I do know the difference. I do know these energies. Okay, so that's that wisdom energy. Okay, so that's what the 7 of Cups is here to help other people understand about this luckiness. Okay, remember how I just explained that when people come to you that are new, but they have this, they carry this old demon and old demonic energy, you see it before they even see it and they are stuck. It literally will rip these people's lives apart. I get a lot of electric shock energy. I get a lot of pulled underwater or drowning, especially here because they be trying to make waves for you. And it's like, but I'm not that type of energy. Like, I'm not here to bring it, but since you want to find out, I'm going to have to. It's almost like these people instantly come in an energy of like, oh yeah, let me stamp this one. And it's like, oh, you don't even know me though. This is our first time even communicating. And you just want to take me and stomp me? Okay, there's a conflict of interest here. There's a conflict of interest, so we can't work together. You have to be put out in this tower energy. And that's where they end up. Everything starts to fall apart. Their masks start coming off. Things start happening in their home first. They start having all of these dreams and stuff, and they keep seeing you, and then they get all emotional, like, oh my gosh, did I make a wrong decision? And then, of course, the spirit guides are like, yes, you did. You acted like a horse with blinders on in this negative energy against someone to try to stab them and hurt them and kill them, you know. And now we had to put together these 3 different horses. So it's not even the chariot energy. It's beyond. It's like, oh yeah, no, you went the wrong way. If wrong turn was a group of people or a mindset. If wrong turn was a mindset, because it's just a movie. And people remark, oh, that was the other thing too. People remark about like people's looks and physical appearance and act like that's supposed to be the thing that catches people up and like confuses them, etc., etc. But essentially nothing gets this person caught up because they're in this complete balance. You see that 2 of Swords, but with that yin and yang in the third eye. Yeah. You can't combat this person. You can't bring this person to some type of confusion. What's up, boo?
Can you make me something to eat after you finish?
Mm-hmm. Sure will. Give you just a few minutes, okay? Yeah, it's been 30 minutes, so I'll be out in a bit. Yeah. These people regret that. As they should. But it's beyond, like, things have to hit people beyond regret. Because that's the first step, right? Is regretting what you did. Some people are so egotistical, they may even look at you and go, like, well, why are you deciding to take this stance now? Like, we've been doing this all this time. And it's like, I should have done this a long time ago. So it doesn't really matter when I stop the cycle. The point is that I just stopped the cycle, right? Okay, well, I'm stopping the cycle and you have to respect that. Go on about your life. You know, some people don't get that too. Yeah. Some people are confused. Like, well, where are you getting this strength? Because I just didn't act on it. I've always had it. I've always had this mindset. I've always known people were doing this. It's almost like people thought that you didn't see them. I was like, no, I was right here. I saw all that. I saw everything. Because you also maybe inherently knew about these contracts some way. Like, again, you had all these keys that you didn't access until you decided, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and access this and like send out the delete button. Let me get that other deck. I love those decks. Yep. They are in huge regret for even trying that one. People be liking to flex their power too, and that's where they really go wrong. That's where they really go wrong. Yep, there you go. There you go. That's when they really get it messed up. They end up not having the resources, the knowledge, or the power to protect themselves from whatever it is that they opened up that can of whip booty on. Because they never sat down and thought about like, oh, okay, let me repent for this or that. That's a lot of the reason too. It's like, even if you do walk into areas or gray areas, or you do things that are like, okay, well, I got to stand up for myself kind of energy. It's the fact that you search your soul and you understand that like, okay, it's something that you kind of have to do. You know, you have to be the, you know, in power and dominion. I'm not saying that you know, go and, you know, I don't know what people would do, but like go and, you know, slash this person's tires. Okay, we can bring it real 80s, 90s, old school. Slash this person's tires. It's like, you think about that. You are mindful of like the energy that breathes. And then let's say you do go. Let's say you go. Let's say you can't even fight it. It's one of those instances where it's like, yeah, this animal, this beast got me. I'm gonna go ahead and go jack up these tires real quick because this hurt. This hurt. This hurt. And there's an energy of like, when you in that aggressive, you know, moment where you've been convicted, you don't necessarily always take that energy. And that's what protects you, is what I'm getting. Like, the fact that you maybe even worked with some lapis lazuli, is that what it's called? But there's this energy of like, you don't always come out with this ape, SHI, you know, whatever energy, even if you have been hurt, even if you feel that. And that's what protects you. You know that you know better. You know that not every instance of aggression, defiance, somebody like being judgmental or, you know, trying to stand in your way. Like you already understand that like some people just don't know what they're doing. And so you just go ahead and politely explain. Look at this, standing right on top of this. You just politely go ahead and explain and let people know like, hey, you know what, even if it's energetically, but I feel like now you're at a place where you don't have any holds bars. Like you're being given this understanding or this energy, like because it's a part of your, I don't know, the way you're manifesting this energy now. Oh, yeah, that's what it is. Okay. So the way that you're manifesting any of this negative energy now is it puts you in this like wild, like beast mode. Like I don't even need the horse. The horse too slow. The horse too slow. Let me get him. What is it? So, because it's like some people feel like, oh, they're going to step on our necks. Okay. Oh, we're going to choke a little and the collective's going to. No, the collective is stepping on your neck to sever it. That's what this Ace of Swords means here. They've been given the go ahead. That's why that's why things are happening the way they are. A lot of people didn't realize like the collective was always entitled to do whatever they wanted to do to these people because it was already known what these people would do. The collective had self-control, right? Which is what we keep talking about here. That's what self-control is. But anyway, because the collective had so much self-control, so much self-awareness, so much self-love, it protected them from all of this stuff, right? Not only that, but because they endure so much as well, that's what's giving them this step on your neck energy. In case you didn't know. And again, it's because of all these instances and times and etc. Even if it's just in past lives, even that the collective hasn't had their vengeance, they get to dig back to that one lifetime when they totally demolished whoever it is that stood against them, and they're allowed to use that force. And collective's like, cool, no problem, thank you, because at this point it doesn't matter, right or wrong, right? That's what they were working out of. That's what you're working out of too. Look, that's the bold-hearted truth. That's what they told me to say, bold-hearted. Yeah. You're going to defend everything that belongs to you. And especially when it means you and your highest self being in union. You feel me? Yeah, no. We don't play those games. You got to be out of your mind. Look, I knew that card was out there. I already knew that was the card that we was just describing. When I was saying, never mind. Y'all don't get it. Y'all going to wreck your brains trying to figure that out. Some of y'all. And some of y'all just going to have to surrender until you understand it. That's also a thing too that people don't understand about wisdom too, because that's why you get set. That's why the collective is able to think, because they got set down so many times to be able to learn how to think about it. And it's in that moment, like it's only in that moment too. Spirit said you can't get to a victory if you're not in a battle. So these people gonna have to go through this battle because they wanted the victory so bad. I just floated out of this room, just so you know. And high five my spirit card. Because listen, Linda, listen. Bam. Listen, Linda, listen. Whatever King Cobra they thought they had, whatever that was supposed to be. All that did, like whatever they thought that was, again, this crowning energy. It's almost like if you didn't go through this battle, you wouldn't be getting this crown. If you didn't defeat this, then you wouldn't get this crown. That's also part of it that you knew, but you also knew you were already crowned. I'm feeling like it's like there's a knowledge here. That's why you worked on your own, because you saw a long time ago that working with other people wasn't working. And you saw as soon as you worked by yourself, bam! It's this thing I like to call the hand. And it was my last narcissist relationship that I was in, that I was dating someone and I realized he was a narcissist. And so I started to watch everybody's behavior. And I started to realize, like, okay, as long as I get this hand, right? When you play in a game of spades, all you got to get is the hand. When you play in a game of poker, all you got to get is the hand. And that's where you at, collective. It don't matter if it's your left or your right. You ambidextrous. Look, you ambidextrous out in this bia. It don't matter. It don't matter which hand is coming from either. Whether it's something that you already know or something the divine gives you. You are inherent, innate. It's just impossible. Just any more ends you want? I'm telling them. I don't know. I'm tired of telling them. I'm tired of them having to see so much too. I really be messing them up. Oh, that's the one. Baby, baby. Oh, yeah. Do that dance. It's almost like, you know, I can't, I love myself better than I love myself. So this that card that I was mentioning earlier. This is supposed to battle wound you. You're supposed to be jacked up. You just put it in your arsenal. Again, you transmute it. You know exactly how. That's what your protection is. Did you see that purple? That's your layer of protection there, collective. Anytime, and that's why you don't be in that energy where, you know, it used to penetrate you, but you got it to the point where it's like, okay, it shows up. It's deflated. Then it comes trickling down, letting you know, like, hey, someone was doing this. It's like a, I don't know, these feel like fire after the fact, but it's all outside of you because this is you. You the goat. You the goat, baby. You knew that. You knew that. You that Aries, Ram, head, whatever you need to be. Okay? However it rocks your world, collective. That's what they didn't know. Sitting out here right with this. That's what they didn't know. I love this for you. I absolutely love this for you because I feel like it's constantly been explained. It's constantly being communicated. And I'm glad that there's this energy of it's like, okay, we're going to show you why you're where you're at. That's what listen, the truth of the matter. We're going to show you why you're where you're at. That's what the karmics are figuring out right now. What does this mean? I hear that a lot too. Like, what does this mean? And they really want to know, like, what's heading to the next. Okay, well, I would tell them I wouldn't even focus on that. Because, again, whatever you focus on becomes your reality. And that's maybe what they're realizing, too. Ooh. Yeah, again, like I said before, constantly trying to combat and put this Empress energy in the wrong way is really going to mess you up. Especially since this King of Swords. Again, this whole momentum is a different energy. Where's that beast mode we was just talking about? I don't know why I don't get this. It's like, yes, this is the Empress energy. That Nine of Pentacles, like I said, is already in the Ten of Pentacles. It already lives here. Right next to this luck. Oh gosh, they're just so, I don't know. I even feel like some people are trying to put you in some energy of where you'll see what they're doing in the background to try to make, to try to make it seem like they're helpful towards you. And, you know, I did this. Oh, that's the putting stuff at your feet. So, yes, if you feel like there are people outside of you that are trying to make right for what they've done, yes, they are. There are people energetically trying to go back and reverse stuff and to do this and to do that. But they're doing other things at the same time. They're only doing it to be seen doing it. Some people, right? And they know that because then they will go and do something else. And that's why they're essentially just kind of saying, okay, I'm doing what I'm doing, but I'm also still going to try to get something else while I'm doing this. And that's not how you're supposed to approach it. You're supposed to approach it because you wholeheartedly are reformed. You've wholeheartedly become self-aware of why that's wrong. And by turning around and doing something else to try to manipulate a situation, it negates any work that they keep doing. So that's why these people are stuck. They don't... Maybe they do regret it sometimes. I don't know. It feels like it's a short-lived period, though. Like these people, yeah, it's a short-lived period. It's an illusion, even. That's another, like I said from the gate when we started talking about whoever this dodo birds are. Yeah. It's just mostly because they're heartbroken. Even if this person is like flashing off a diamond ring in your face saying, oh, I'm married, they know that that relationship is over. I'm married. Okay. For how much longer? Because there are plenty of people that have been married. Look, there are plenty of people that have been married whose marriages, and there's a lot of people who want to see this person unmarried at this point. I feel like it's such a cycle, and seasons and reasons and et cetera, have changed. Like so many perceptions and understandings, acknowledgments, et cetera. A lot of people are realizing a lot about this divine matrix that we're in, and they're seeing people for who they really are, and they're understanding. Look, I ain't got to make it up, but I can't. Because part of me don't even really want to be up at this table, digging into people's negative karma that they have. Look, what's this? Yep. They didn't know when to call judgment in their own lives. They don't know when to stop is what I'm hearing here. They don't know when to stop. because that's just what I've been explaining. That's what they keep alluding to. Like, oh, yes, I'm in this cycle where I'm transforming. I'm about to become this butterfly. I've made these changes. It's like, yeah, they feel like this every month. Like maybe that's their PMS. Oh, that was another message too for the divine feminines. Your divine masculine is monitoring your cycle, but he's doing that, number one, so he can make sure he knows like when's the optimal time to get you pregnant if you aren't already, right? There was also this understanding too, like whatever these individuals that have been trying to combat your solid union is what I'm understanding. Like they don't realize too, like that's also the reason why it can't detach from you, because it is you, your highest self. So if you are focused on your highest self, it's not attached to a person, place, or a thing. It's attached to that inner knowing of you, and you're going to follow that guidance regardless. Because if not, you would be stupid. I'm just saying. But anyway, like you live in a mental prison of constantly feeling under attack. I don't know. But anyway, because you're not following your right mind. But anyway, this person alludes to the fact that they're having this transformation. But then as soon as that moon cycle or their PMS or whatever it is that leaves them, it's realized, like it's not just realized but that by them, but it's realized by like everything outside of them, everything that they've been trying to pull in. There's this Scorpio lobster energy. It's like there's one lobster, because I see a lobster kind of body, but a crustacean, but lobsters go in twos, and maybe that's something they didn't figure out. Maybe there's something about a lobster energy. Let me look up lobsters just to see why that's coming up. I feel some type of significance to it. Okay. Tintu. Oh my gosh, I hate having... Okay, this is so annoying. I call myself clearing my phone or like cleaning it up and like organizing stuff, and then I don't know where I put... I don't know where I put things. Okay, what were we talking about? Oh, shoot. Let me see. Oh, lobster. Okay. Ooh, first thing that comes up is in love and in friends. So that's the energy that's coming together. And in love and in friends and in Hindi and in dreams, which I think is that transmutation energy that's popping up to that. Where is it? I know it's right here. That goat energy that we were, the ram, the Aries. I hear Fire and Desire song playing in my head, but I think I was talking about the lobster's mating though, right? Wealth, gluttony, and temptation, right? That's what's most commonly thought of. Ooh, something else to do. And this came up as a whatchamacallit, and still bringing out this love. So it's again, and I said they mate, like they're mate together like penguins and stuff like that. And then that's also sitting here. So it's like you and your highest self, you were meant to be, right? So there's nothing that's going to stop this regardless. You know, it's like people can send a virus. It's almost like a phone. Like people don't realize like how you can go get your phone cleaned, how you can, whatever you need to do to clean up your circumstances, situations, mindset, etc., etc. But anyway, because you're committed to this, right? It only cares about will they, won't they, if any relationship as far as it concerns whether someone is turned into an animal or not. Ooh. See, that's that energy too. Like these people are just like animals or something sometimes too, because they don't get it. The actual feelings between any two characters are incidental. Yeah, that's why people shouldn't hold like to like this or that, or be trying to get like something out of, I don't know, like past situations that are already gone. But anyway, let's look and see what it talks about in love. Ooh, yep. Lobster symbolizes self-sacrifice and loyalty, and you have to be self-aware. You have to know how to give yourself self-love, and you have to be self-reliant. Like there's all of this self, because you have to have that anchor energy within your own spirit. Where's that at? But that doesn't come without the wisdom of sitting back and taking the time to actually learn things. And some people can't learn things before a certain time. I kept saying like, it doesn't matter your age. It doesn't matter your age. It does though. It does. You have to experience a certain amount of life. And I used to think too when I was younger, like the same thing, but like life is definitely showing me that. And I've been gratefully surprised at that too. That's also the energy right now, is being grateful You know, again, making sure you're in that right mindset though, because you don't receive that gratefulness without being aware of the fact that everything is working in your favor at all times. Where is this? OMG. So self-sacrifice and loyalty. And that self-sacrifice, what I'm understanding is like, it's for the receipt of that loyalty. Like, so it's like, oh yes, I accept my person as they are, or I accept this, you know, partnership, you know, on these terms, but I don't feel like you're accepting anything that you don't want to. I do not get, there's so much duality here, like just in the twos that are all over the place, even if it's coming from both sides, you know what I mean? That's also the thing that I get. Like, you both have your own understandings. And that's what makes for good partnerships, right? Okay. Self-sacrifice and loyalty, which we could all strive for. And yeah, I feel like this also a part of it too. It's like everybody strives for that kind of balance too. Ooh. I also get an energy too, because it's down here at the bottom and it's got this skull on it too. It's like where other people may be alluding, it's the fact that you were able to really deal with all of those unclean abominations as they existed in your, you know, your life's path, your life's journey, right? Ooh, it's gonna go over some people's head. As it should. Because if you're not really out here doing the work, how would you know what it takes to have the strength for these cycles? You would be so confused about whether or not to take this person back into your life because they coming back. Yeah, that's no. Oy vey. Yeah. Ooh, I like this. This 8 of Pentacles. Okay, I'm gonna end it here because I gotta go do something else. But yeah, you are, I don't know, I just feel like you came, you saw, you know, you helped, you moved. It's all these different things, like all of these really great new beginning type of energies, moments, opportunities, etc., etc. This Ace of Pentacles, I'm sorry, I want to call it 8 of Pentacles, but that's what's leading to the Ace of Pentacles is this 8 of Pentacles, the diligence, the knowledge to detail, you know, reaching out in all these different ways. That's why the octopus is there, because I was like, why is the octopus here? And it has 8 tentacles, right? And we were just talking about the crustaceans, so maybe that's just a tie into it. It's like where you left things versus where you're going with things, perhaps even. I like it, Collective. You are such an awesome sauce. You are dynamite sauce on everything. Okay. Oh, yep. Because I asked, what's the octopus spiritual? Well, I didn't ask, but I was saying in my head, and that was the first request that came up, was the spiritual meaning of octopus. So the spiritual meaning of this is basically just further inciting that it's your intelligence, you know. No matter what people say, they're just not intelligent enough to know your adaptability, your creativity, and your resilience. It's this transformation. I like it. You're the bomb.com, baby. Thebomb.com. Ooh, wow. See, look. And then it ties into what God is represented by an octopus in Hawaiian culture, Kanaloa. And it's an ancient myth that tells us our current universe is merely the remnant of a more ancient one, the only survivor of which is the octopus. More information about this divine matrix I was sharing. So yeah, anyway, I hope that this has been helpful and insightful for whomever needed this. I'll catch you in the next one. Later.